Self-discipline is the ability to get things done even when you don't feel like it. Yeah, if we sum it up, that is kind of what it is. But we're only really touching on the surface of it. You ever feel like you basically suck because you can't just do it? Then here's 10 actual steps that might be able to help you to build discipline and not just do it. The show up method. If you're always waiting for motivation, you'll never reach your end goal. Motivation is a great tool when it comes to us, but it's pretty unreliable and mostly out of our control. But something that can be reliable is you being consistent. And something that does build discipline is consistency. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the word consistency, start taking small but meaningful steps towards your goals. On those days when you truly do not feel like doing what you set out to do, compromise with yourself and just show up. If you're supposed to be working out, you put on your gym clothes and you go to the gym and you do not leave for at least 10 minutes. If you still hate it after that, it's okay. You can go home and still allow yourself to feel proud and satisfied because you did show up and you stuck to your word. It's the same principle. Maybe you're trying to expand your social circle as an introvert and you got invited to something but you do not feel like going at all. Although your rule is to say yes. So we're gonna honor that rule. You have to go, but you're allowed to leave whenever you want. And who knows, you might end up wanting to stay and actually having fun. Just doing this will build trust in yourself, and you are now literally being consistent by at least doing the thing that you set out to do for a little bit. Over time, it'll only become easier and your ability to be consistent will only get stronger. You will start trusting yourself more by keeping your words to yourself. Habit stacking and rituals. Create a small ritual for you getting into the task that you're trying to do. For example, if you want to study for an exam, you can make some tea, hot chocolate, light a candle on your desk, put your hair up, and now you're ready to go and get your things done. Maybe you'll also put your phone on Do Not Disturb and put it on a certain place that's further from where you're sitting. Another way would be to go to your favorite cafe, order your favorite coffee or tea, put on your headphones, and listen to some study music on YouTube, and now you get started with your studies. For working out, you can have a specific playlist that you only listen to while working out. So now you're excited to go because you want to be listening to those songs. Just put it together with silly little things that you enjoy. It doesn't take a lot of time that you can do just to ease yourself into it. Set yourself up for success. So you can actually prepare for what you're supposed to do the day before. If you're supposed to go to the gym in the morning, put out your outfit next to your bed the day before, put your headphones in the gym bag, maybe prepare a water bottle and put it in the fridge or freezer so it could be ice cold. Something that can really make me procrastinate is having a messy environment. Instead, you can make your environment look like as your disciplined self's environment would look like. And do this the day before so you don't get distracted and start cleaning when you're really supposed to be studying, working out, or meal prepping, or whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. Also, just having a tidy environment will signal to your brain that you are a tidy and disciplined person, and that will only make it easier for you to keep showing up as it. The I am method. Make discipline a part of your identity. You act in alignment with the person that you think you are. So ask yourself, who would I become if I actually did the things that I said that I was going to do? And get motivated by your answer. Imagine how far you could come in a year or even a few months. Imagine how much trust and consistency you can build. All of a sudden you can complete anything that you set your mind to, and you know you'll finish it because you keep your words. So ask yourself any question that comes to your mind and then adjust accordingly. For example, what does the disciplined version of me look like? What clothes do they wear? What type of friends do they have? How does their typical day look like? How are they feeling at night before they go to bed? Use this to start changing what you're currently doing and help yourself get an accurate picture of where you could be. You do this when you need motivation and a stronger why. Remind yourself why you are doing this. The 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule states that if a task takes 2 minutes or less to complete, you have to do it right away. This rule will help you to not pile up 10 little things that'll now not feel so small anymore. Do it right away and be done with it. Don't even let it go onto a to-do list or use up any more of your mental capacity. Just setting this small rule and following it also leads to you building trust in yourself. When you promise yourself something, you keep it. And it builds builds consistency. It's smart and easy. There's no need to overthink this. Starting systems. Usually for me, the hardest part is getting started. And once I've already started, it's way easier to keep it going. You need to come up with a system that works to get you started. Maybe committing to studying for 2 hours feels way overwhelming. And that's exactly why you keep putting it off. Can you commit to studying for 2 minutes? Or maybe 10? Chances are you will keep going afterwards anyway, because the issue was actually just getting started and not doing it. Same with reading. Can you commit to reading 2 pages? Or with the gym, can you commit to going there and just warming up? Afterwards, you're free to stop or leave if you want to, but it's likely that you won't want to because you're already feeling so much lighter by successfully getting started. Another silly thing that could work is counting out loud to 3 and then you just do it. Trying to get out of bed in the morning. 1, 2, 3. Now you sit up and you get off the bed. Been procrastinating starting to study? 1, 2, 3. Go straight to your computer or your book. Don't even think. You just act. Just cut it off and just act. This could potentially bypass all the procrastinating thoughts and the negotiations we do with ourselves when we're trying to get out of something.
1, 2, 3, go.
It sounds silly, but it could actually work. Be aware of your weaknesses. This is the part where you sit down and analyze your weaknesses. If you don't want to do all that, just think about it now. The reason you do this is to prevent yourself from falling into the rabbit holes. A weakness could be your phone making noises, notifications, screen lighting up, and now you get distracted. Maybe you needed to use the restroom and now you get distracted. Maybe there's a bunch of 2 minutes worth of tasks that start popping into your head just because your brain is messing with you to not get started. Or maybe your favorite TV show is just about to start. Think about how you can set things up for you to avoid these distractions. If your favorite show is at night and you're actually more tired at night too, could you have studied or done that workout in the morning instead? If your phone is an issue, put it on Do Not Disturb, face it down, and maybe even place it further away in the room. Or even if this gets really hard, before you're supposed to start, ask yourself, is there something I need to quickly get done before I sit down to have a better peace of mind? Maybe there's a text you just needed to send or reply to. Use the restroom, put away groceries. Whatever it is, something small. If it'll make you more relaxed, just get it out of the way so you can focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Be your own best friend. Would you want to be friends with a person who cannot keep their word, says they're gonna do something or be there for you, but then they're not? Then why are we all of a sudden okay with treating ourselves this way? I do it too. You need to stop saying we're going to do things that we are not going to do. Eventually, you won't trust yourself anymore. So this is a big one. We should show up for ourselves just as much as we show up for other people. Why are we so willing to put in the work when it comes to outside things, but all of a sudden when it's a promise to ourselves, it's so easy to break? Be careful with what you tell yourself that you're going to do, and don't overpromise or overextend yourself. This is a part of building a strong relationship with yourself and reparent yourself as a teenager or as an adult. Think about how disappointed a child gets if they are promised something and then it doesn't happen. This is not something that you want to be doing to yourself. See yourself as your own absolute bestie. And now, how do you want them to be treated? Short-term pain and long-term pleasure. Consciously accept sacrificing short-term pleasure to gain long-term satisfaction. Sometimes you have to sacrifice what you want right now to get what you really want later. For example, if I'm really craving chocolate, but I know it's the sugar addiction speaking, and I already made a promise to myself to stay away from those types of sweets, I know that if I eat it, it's only going to increase my body's demand for sugar. It's also heightening the risk of inflammation in my body, which makes us more likely to get sick or ill. But right here, right now, it would be so satisfying, so tasty to have it. So what do I choose? In this scenario, I also think it's important to acknowledge that it is hard to deny ourselves from something that we are craving really strongly that is also easily accessible. Accept that it is hard and it doesn't feel good right now not to give in. But the truth is also that that craving, it's gonna go away, especially if I don't give in and lower my sugar intake in general. The need will eventually naturally leave my body. My real goal is also also to be fit and have a healthy body. Sugar doesn't contribute to that. Also, if I'm trying to work out, that's already putting pressure on my body. I don't want to mix any sugar inflammation into that. Is it really worth all of that? No. And also, am I really okay with being controlled by an obsessive emotion in this way that I do not agree with? If I am to eat sweets, I want it to be because I choose to, not because my body is screaming after it and I give in. It's often painful to take our best decision in that moment, but that is what will lead us to long-term healthy pleasures and wins that we are needing on a much deeper level. You are in control, not your impulses. Take back your power and watch how drastically your life will change right before your eyes. Done is better than perfect. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, or if you won't even start because you don't think you're good enough, you need to throw perfectionism out the window. And the irony is that you have to start to get perfect, if there even is such thing. Failure is such a major key to success, so you just have to be okay with failing over and over. The only time that you actually fail is if you give up and stop pursuing that thing that your gut feeling is fighting for its life to get you to do. Perfectionism can also get you to spend too much time doing one thing over and over, so you run out of time to accomplish everything you were supposed to, and you end up only getting one thing done.
Deadlines, ew.
Deadlines can help you control this. For example, I have to upload a YouTube video every week. I shouldn't even say I have to, I get to. So that means however good I can make one video during that week prior, that is what I will upload. It could always be better. I could always have learned more editing hacks, but if I get stuck working on one video for too long, I won't be able to stick to that schedule, and it'll also rob me from the opportunity of learning. I don't know before posting how well that video is going to do. I learn by posting over and over again. Whatever I could have done better, I take that with me and focus on it in the next video instead. I don't want to work more than a week on a video that might not do good anyway. Also, the amount of editing I can do in 7 days, that's a lot. How much would that video really improve if I worked on it for 14 days? Very little. Probably not worth it. You have to build momentum to get somewhere. Perfectionism wouldn't let you do that. Do the best that you can within the time frame that you have, and then you move on to the next thing. If you're still thinking about things you could have done better, great, apply that to the next thing. We won't achieve much if we keep getting stuck and stopped by our own brain. It's okay not to be the best, but it's not okay, at least not with me, to stop progressing. Be brave enough to suck, or to be a beginner, or whatever you are. The people that are laughing would later ask you how you did it. The truth is, you are your own biggest enemy, and perfectionism alone won't help you get somewhere. I hope that this was helpful and that you're able to take a few of these things with you. My name is Jazz. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.